Hey all of you, greetings from the Himalayas in India. We are back here and I'm filming this kind of episode to give you an overview about all the other bits and pieces I filmed already. I just filmed random stuff in the last weeks about our weekend trip, about what's going on here in everyday life to make a video for you, and now I want to put it all together and give you some context. So I want to introduce you also to the parts I haven't shown in the video somewhere. There's some finished objects that were filmed before because it was appropriate to film them, because I gifted them, this kind of stuff. So I'm still working on my crochet project, the African hexagon flower owl, Maggie. This is actually my last little piece that I just finished right now. The rest is already outside on my balcony for washing and blocking. I will just throw it in the bin in a minute. So it's ready to be crocheted together after. That will probably take much longer than the actual crocheting of the different pieces took. Let's see how it goes. It's supposed to be a gift for my nephew. And yeah, I'm flying to Germany actually in a week. And I made some gifts for my family. Another thing that I'm making for my family is this little doll here. As you can see, I have all the pieces together. It's supposed to be Anne of Green Gables. This will be a doll for my niece. It's just waiting for assembly, but the eyes for this doll are with my friend Vanessa in Germany. She got me some beautiful amigurumi eyes in Japan. So this will not be a finished object until I'm in Europe, because I want to assemble it when I have all the pieces to finish it. Because you have to attach the eyes before you sew the head to the body. But yeah, all the pieces are ready and I think it turned out nicely. The yarn I used is from Yarn Amour by Harini. I think I showed you some of her wool before. She is like a hand dyer here in India, and she has many different colors. This was called Rainbow Neon Collection. So I just got all her colors and now I try to make up some little dolls. I'm not 100% sure if I have shown you this little ice cream before. That will also go for my nephew and niece, just for trying out how this yarn works for amigurumi. By the way, I'm wearing the Oria top by Yarn Flakes. I made this beautiful top just without the cable panel. I tried it, but it didn't work well in this wool. It didn't even look nice because the wool is so stripy. So I just made a simple version, but it's really nice to wear. It's like a kind of linen mix, and it's really nice in the heat. It's still pretty hot here. We are having monsoon starting soon, but it's still pretty hot outside. So that's why we went on a beautiful weekend trip, and I will enter some of the clips here for you. Oh, we went on a little weekend trip down to a neighboring village. We are half an hour from where I live, and as you can see, we are escaping to nature for the weekend. We are just walking to the village where we will stay for the weekend. As you can see, no car can go here, but we found some cute little goats already. So in this little clip you just saw me knitting in the hammock on our weekend trip, but I didn't tell you what I'm actually working on, and you might have seen it in the beginning stages in the last video. It is a cotton shirt. It's called the Slutter Tee, and it's actually a design for men. It's for a friend of mine, and you see it's quite long already. For my size it would fit, but men are a bit bigger, so I have to knit it a bit longer. I realized it's actually really hard to find men's patterns online, especially like summery items. Like you find some sweaters and stuff, but this was actually the only t-shirt design I found, and it's actually for free, so it's a nice one, and until now it works out well. It's the same yarn by Yarnamoor by Harini, but for this one I tried the mercerized cotton. The color is called Antelope Canyon. She has a collection that is like inspired by, I think, national parks. And I would not work with the mercerized cotton again. Not there's something wrong with it, but it's quite hard on the hand and it knits up much slower than the normal cotton. So I ordered both kinds of yarn from her, and I enjoyed working with the normal cotton so much more that for the future I will only choose the normal cotton and not the mercerized cotton anymore. So now we can go back to the trip and you can enjoy the rest of our adventures. So I'm at this nice little river in the mountains, and I'm searching for a bunch of monks. They don't speak a word of English, so they can't explain to me where they are, but let's see if we can find them somewhere. I actually have to walk through the river to find them. I think they are up there. There's at least some monks' robes drying, so I hope it's the correct monks this time. I got some wrong ones before, but you see it's a beautiful place. Hey all, we are still on the same weekend trip. Today some other monks and nuns came to visit us, and I sit in the water and do some spinning. So this is actually a wool I got in Germany last year, before I even had spindles. But now it's finally time to spin it up, and it's spinning really nicely because it's properly prepared wool, not like the stuff I got here and I prepare myself. So it's a way easier spin. So I hope you're all doing well and enjoying a lovely day. Here it's pretty hot, but the water is freezing because it's directly coming from the snow-capped Himalayas behind us. In the little clip you just saw, you can see me spinning on my Tibetan spindle. As I told you, this is just a wool from Germany. But as I'm preparing for Tour de Fleece, this is my first year. As you saw in my recent video, I just learned spinning recently. I'm trying out different kind of projects to see what I will take to Germany. The Tour de Fleece will be happening while I'm in Germany mainly, and I cannot bring too much stuff. I'm just traveling with a backpack. So I was just trying out this wool that I got here in India. I have no idea what breed it is. It's some kind of like Himalayan sheep, and it spins quite easily, it drafts quite easily, but you see it has a lot of little slops. This, on the other hand, this blue is 100% silk that I got from Sunray Creations. Also a hand dyer here. Let me actually show you some of her. This is Sunrise Creations. This is 100% Ahimsa airy silk. So the kind where the animals are not tortured. This will actually be a gift for a friend in Germany. And I have another skein in another color. But this one doesn't have a label. But I think it looks even more interesting than the first one I just showed you. You can see she has really special, beautiful yarns. And she's hand dyeing them all. And I like that she has a kind of silk where no animal is tortured. And as she's also a spinner, she's also selling like fluff for spinning. I have some of her stuff. And I was actually thinking about making Andrea Maury's Velicore top. And I have some nice yarn for it, but it's not so summery. So I thought maybe I will try to spin up the silk. But yeah, it's a different kind of spinning experience than wool. So I'm just trying around what I take to Germany with me. These are just some of my really simple spindles that I have here. But it's a lot of fun to experiment, and right now I'm working on dyeing some of the wool I got from Ladakh. There will be an extra video about this, but all this is like happening on my balcony right now. There's a lot going on, and you will see this video soon as well. I just wanted to quickly make a little video about a finished object that will be gifted pretty soon, so I can add it to the next episode whenever it comes out. So what I knitted was a hat for one of my teachers, one of the Geshes that I study with every week, and it's this one. You might have seen it already. It's by Drea Renee Knits, the traveler hat, and she just had the spring Carl challenge about making this hat in a weekend. And I thought it's a pretty good pattern for a man, because often the things I like to knit are like too playful for men. So I wanted to make something simple, so I think that's a good pattern. Yeah, what to say about it? I knitted in this beautiful yarn. It's called Mondim by Retrosario Rosa Poma. I got it last year in Portugal when I was traveling there for some weeks. I visited the shop, and it's a really lovely shop, and I really like the yarn. There's only one little problem with it, and the problem is it grew extremely after washing. Like yesterday I was worried it might be way too small for my teacher, but now if you see, it might actually be a bit too big. But let's see. I haven't sewn in the folded hem yet because I want to see how it fits on my teacher and maybe do some adjustments. Maybe I have to like get rid of the ribbing and then it would fit me. But let's see after testing. Anyways, it will be gifted to my teacher, so I quickly wanted to make this video for you that you can see it before I give it away.
He gave the example of learning to make momos. I think you learn to make momos. I mean, first of all, we don't know what to do, and then you slowly learn. And then by practice, it develops. And so it's the same with the wisdoms. First you learn and get an understanding, and then it becomes vast wisdom. And then the more you progress, you might become sharper and more quick, and then until it turns into this profound wisdom where you get a really deep understanding.
I actually finished a second one of Andrea Maury's traveler hats. This one I made with a kind of worsted weight yarn. It's actually two yarns held together. It's leftover sock yarn, the gray, and some beautiful alpaca yarn that I got in Bolivia some years ago. As you see, it's just like fresh from the blocking mat. A friend needs a hat, so I quickly made him one. And it's not even folded and sewn together. I first want to try it on his head. The funny thing is that my worsted weight hat turned out much smaller than the fingering weight hat, while the person I made this for has quite a big head. So let's see if it fits, or if I need to gift it to someone else and made a different hat for him. But you see, I finished something else. And now I want to show you what we do here in town, like some everyday life and some clips of waiting for His Holiness. Morning everyone. It's 7 a.m. and we are standing outside in the slight rain in the middle of the road. And you might wonder why. This is one of the things here in Dharamsala. We are all here to say goodbye to His Holiness. He is flying to the US for some knee surgery, it seems. And everyone is blocking the road just to wave him goodbye. He's supposed to leave around 7. It's like 7 now. Let's see how long we are waiting here. But you see, no one cares that it's raining or whatever. So I report you back later. That was it. We waited nearly 2 hours for this now. We hope he will come back safely soon. Now I'm nearly late for class. I have to run down the road while all the people are going back home to their daily business. And this is a part of the road where it's not so many people anymore. Most people stand up at the temple. But this is on my way to class, so I was standing here and it's still quite a bunch of people. Short clip about my finished object. As it's hard to show it in this perspective, I filmed a little clip outside as well. This is Jorge Locatelli's Catch My Heart cardigan, and it's a really lovely wool combination. This is socks here from Coop Knits, and some beautiful green mohair in a combination. Like, this mohair isn't available anymore, so I don't even put the effort trying to find out for you what it's called. But you see, it has a really beautiful green combination, and the special part is the back that you can't see on this video. But I will quickly get it off and show you. It's a really nice simple pattern with a really interesting construction. It was completely different. Like I said, with Hohi patterns, you never know what you get, and it's always interesting. Here you have this really nice trellis pattern on the back. That's the most beautiful part of this pattern. When I saw it, I immediately wanted to knit it, but it took a while until I actually got around to it. And now that it's with the monsoon finally cold enough to wear something like this, I quickly went out and filmed this. Because until recently it was like over 30 degrees every day because we were in the hot dry season. But now the rain is finally here and it's like sometimes a bit cooler. Okay, I will film the rest on a different day. But now I'm finished with this clip about this beautiful cardigan. Remember how I told you that I want to try use the monsoon for washing my wool? Guess what monsoon is here? This is the rooftop from my house, and I just put 2 boxes of the yak wool out here, and let's see how much of a shower we get. It's not predictable. Sometimes it's like pouring for hours, sometimes it's just a small drip. So let's see where we get and how many days we have to let it out here. But at least there's some excitement about the rainy season. So the last thing I can show you is a little project that I cast on. It's another cardigan by Jorge Locatelli. It's called Make a Wish, and I really like the cardigan. This is the same kind of alpaca wool that I used for the hat I showed you earlier. But I'm not 100% sure if I keep it, because you see this yarn is really drapey and maybe the cardigan needs more stand, so I'm not sure about it. It's also a big project, so I will not take this one to Germany. I will try to finish this letter T before I go. I have like exactly 1 week, and sew together the owl, and then I just bring something small for the trip, and I still have wool in Germany, so I will make up the other projects as I go. This is all that I wanted to talk about today. I hope you had a good day, and I see you guys soon.